Karen Sparks was one of the first known survivors of Ted Bundy, infamous for his brutal attacks on women. In January 1974, she was asleep in her Washington basement apartment when Bundy intruded and carried out a horrifying assault that left her with significant, lifelong injuries. At the time, nobody knew who had attacked Sparks. With no memory of the event, police had no clues or suspects. Years later, after Ted Bundy's capture, they connected him to the attempted murder of Sparks, revealing the extent of his early criminal activities. During the summer of 1973, Bundy rekindled his romance with Diane Edwards, while also dating Elizabeth Klüpfer and attending law school. However, behind this facade, Bundy harbored a sinister plan, stalking and attacking women, escalating his violent tendencies. On the night of January 4, 1974, 18-year-old Karen Sparks was in her Seattle basement apartment, where she shared a home with 3 male friends. She noticed a fleeting image of a man peering into her window, but dismissed it, convinced she was safe. Later that night, unaware of the danger lurking, Sparks went to bed. Bundy had gained entry to the apartment, and after she fell asleep, he launched a vicious attack, which would be remembered for its brutality and lifelong impact on Sparks. Bundy attacked Sparks with her own bed frame, smashing her skull and inflicting severe injuries to her body. The assault was discovered nearly 20 hours later by her roommate, who found her unconscious and bleeding, immediately calling for help. Rushed to the hospital, the extent of Sparks' injuries became evident. She suffered permanent brain damage, significant loss of vision and hearing, and endured a constant ringing in her ears. Sparks remained unconscious for 10 days, awakening to find her father and roommate by her side. Upon awakening, Sparks learned from her father that she had endured a little bump on her head. Eventually, she comprehended the full horror of the attack, but had no memory or clues to identify her assailant. She did recall seeing a suspicious man at a laundromat, but it was not enough for the police. Her survival was considered miraculous, partially due to her living arrangements, as noise from a roommate might have scared Bundy off. Sparks chose to maintain her privacy and later became known under pseudonyms in Bundy literature. A month after attacking Sparks, Bundy struck again, this time abducting and murdering 21-year-old Linda Ann Healy. It's believed that Sparks might have faced a similar fate if not for the disturbance during her attack. Sparks' father suspected her attacker was a serial offender, seeing similarities in subsequent crimes. Bundy continued his reign of terror until his arrest in 1975. Authorities later linked him to numerous murders across several states. Ted Bundy was executed in 1989 for multiple murders, but Karen Sparks was among the few who survived his wrath. Despite her severe injuries, she made a remarkable recovery, regaining her ability to walk with her father's support. Nursed back to health by her parents, Sparks later became an accountant and started a family. She chose to focus on living positively, refusing to view herself as a victim despite the traumatic experience. Sparks' resilience and positive outlook have been sources of inspiration. She chose to live each day fully, never considering herself a victim, but rather someone who overcame a terrible ordeal and emerged stronger.